Do, 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 do. I don't know what this song is, but I'm gonna sing it. Hey, hello. Let me get you a cat. I love it when I forget to turn down the sound on my phone. It's my favorite. You're making hot chocolate, cat? Welcome, Menma. Welcome, Tiffany. Cat, you're welcome if you bring your hot chocolate. Okay, fine, you're welcome even if you don't. I've got a Sleepy Dodgers. Everybody, please admire. Please admire the Sleepy Dodgers. It's the most important part of the stream right here. The part where we have a Sleepy Dodgers. Menma, you missed my song, Menma. Welcome, Sylvia. So we're here. I lived through my yet another boob stabbing experience. Love that for me. I've got GPS in my Tata now, just the one side. It's not actually GPS, but you know. It'd be bad if it was, though. I was thinking about it earlier. Because, like, if they used actual GPS, the surgeon would be like half a block down looking for my boob. So, yeah, Menma, I was singing when I first started the stream, just for a second, before the video came up. I don't know if you really call it singing. I was doot-to-dooting. Yeah. So, little housekeeping. Next week's stream is going to be on Wednesday instead of Thursday because I really want to show everybody the Arcana swatches or the Arcana polishes that I've been swatching live, but my surgery is on Thursday, and I am quite confident I'm not going to feel up to streaming on Thursday. So, and their release is on Friday, so I really want to make sure that I have that stream before their release. So yeah, next week it's going to be on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I will, put out a reminder and stuff. All the info will be there. Hello, Najwa. Welcome. Yeah, so that's for next week. But this week we are going to be playing with these beautiful new Monarch polishes. This is obviously PR. These just released 2 days ago. They released on the 15th. Today's the 17th. So yes, 2 days ago they released. So these are available already. They are here right now, available on their website, and let me find the pricing here for you. So the collection is $72, and each polish individually is $13. And all of them are chameleon with reflective glitter. So we're going to be playing with those. I haven't done like full hand swatches of these. I was not asked to actually swatch this collection. I just got it as PR because I am an affiliate, and sometimes she will send out to some of the affiliates. She'll send out a little PR for a collection here and there. So that's what this is. So I may or may not end up doing full hand swatches at some point in time for all of these. It's going to depend on my schedule. But definitely eager to play with them with nail art and as a background for things. So, Tiffany, you've never tried Monarch before. They have, in my experience, they have a really nice formula. I've never really been unhappy with any of Adrienne's polishes. She does tend to a more for not for all of her polish, but for a lot of it, she tends to a more sort of sheer buildable sort of direction. But also, you know, she does have some pretty intense ones as well. So it sort of just depends. But the last few collections, I think, have had more of this sheer buildable kind of thing. Her reflectives are fantastic. I really, really like her reflective shimmers, which is exactly what this is. This collection is all chameleon shimmer. So, yeah. Hi, Couch Potato. Did I say hello to you? I don't remember if I said hello to you, but... And thank you for the good wishes on the surgery. It should be fairly straightforward. So, let's get started. I did prep a swatch stick. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take away your jammy dodgers here. I prepped a swatch stick so I can do these over black as well as show you them on the clear swatch stick, and I'm going to do them on my nails as well. And one of the things that I want to talk about with this, because there's been a lot of questions about the differences between these two polishes, halo shift and scattering theory. It is functionally impossible to photograph these in a way that really clearly shows how different they are. I did a little bit of a video that I posted. Did I put that video on Instagram or did I just put it on the Discord? I might have just put it on the Discord. I can't recall. Where basically I was kind of moving it around in the light, and in different lighting, they almost swap in some ways. It's kind of weird. So halo shift has more of a pinky base, and scattering theory has more of a peachy base. But you can't always tell that because of the way that the shimmer is. Sometimes scattering theory ends up looking quite pink, and halo shift ends up looking almost orangey because of the shimmers. And so it's a little weird trying to sort of capture that in still photos. So hopefully you'll have a better understanding of the differences between these two after seeing them live swatched and messed around. Yeah, it is a very different shift. Kat, you're quite right. The shift is different. It's kind of weird. They almost seem to swap places depending on the lighting. So they're strange, but a lot of fun. And if anybody has, if there's something you think I probably have in my collection that you want to see a comparison with as we go along, just holler. I can do some comparisons in a bit. But let's go ahead and just start swatching. So I am going to do on my nails as well as on the swatch stick because it is very different. Heads up, I have patches on these two nails and I'm still rocking a press on this nail as everything grows out. So you'll note that this one is a little sort of whiter than the other ones, and the ones that have the patches on them are a little bit cloudier. So that may slightly affect how these build up. These ones might end up appearing very slightly more opaque as a result of that, but hopefully it won't make a huge difference, and you'll be able to see on the swatch ring as well. You're gonna try to paint your nails during stream, Couch Potato? I support this idea. So the first thing that we're gonna do is halo shift, and I'm gonna do this one on this thumb. And so first coat, come on. You can see you get lots of sparkle right away from all that reflective. She didn't send me an information sheet that has all the details about them, but I think the formulas should be on their website. Let me just actually check and see. monarchlacquer.com. I just want to see if they have descriptions up here. Menma, you're painting your nails too? Oh my goodness, it's so late at night for you, girl. Okay, so Halo Shift. The description here is a soft apricot reflective finish kissed by golden, green, and violet shimmer. Warm, sheer, and glowing like a summer sunset caught on your fingertips. There you go. So poetic. So poetic, Adrienne. Okay, so let's get this on here. And I just painted a coat of their Nocturnal Noir. It's Monarch's black creme. So I just painted one coat of that on the underside of these swatch sticks so that you can see what happens when the shimmer itself is dominant. So there's first coat on clear, first coat on black, and of course first coat on my thumb. Okay, and then scattering theory, I'm actually going to do on my other thumb. So you can, that way I can at least like kind of put them together and it should be maybe a little easier to see the difference. So there's the first coat. And then I think the wheel is where you're going to find it a little easier to see the difference in the undertone. So or the base tone of the polish, because this one is definitely a little bit more pinky and this one is definitely a little bit more peachy over white. And let me see the actual description for scattering theory. They call this one a muted peachy pink reflective glitter, lit from within with shifting green, purple, and pink aurora shimmer. And then on black, so you can see the difference in the reflective, or not the reflective, the shimmer rather. So, geez, switch us back here. There we go. So you can see the reflective, at least in this lighting, or the shimmer rather, at least in this lighting, it's more dominated by the green tones rather than the gold tones. But that really changes depending on the lighting. Like this one kind of goes almost, I've seen it in the bottle go almost hot pink with extreme light angles. Hello, Lucian. And also hello, Kevin, if he's awake. Sanyo, hello. Welcome. Nice to see you. Okay, the next one is going to be Optic Bloom. So, let me find the description here for Optic Bloom. Optic Bloom is a hazy purple reflective base layered with a bold red, orange, green, yellow shifting aurora shimmer. Okay. So there's a coat of Optic Bloom. And then once again, we'll do it on the clear and on the black. That red shimmer really comes out over the black in this lighting. Again, all these shimmers are like super shifty though, so they are going to look very different in different lighting situations. Oh, look at that reflective glitter though. Ooh, I love that sparkle. That's a lot of words. You are not wrong. Warming up a frozen pizza. Pizza. Menma pizza means pea in Finnish. It almost means pea in English too. You just take the A off the end. And it's a rude way to say pea. I should tell you what this is before I go. This is Ghost Ray. Ghost Ray. Actually, Ghost Ray, I really ended up liking Ghost Ray a lot on the nail. I wasn't sure if I was going to love it or not when I saw it in the bottle, but I ended up really, really liking it on the nail. So this is a lilac reflective glitter with a soft teal violet shimmer. A veil of cool toned shimmer that shifts and surprises with every angle. A veil, apparently. That's very funny. I love it when makers get poetic. Sincerely, I sincerely love it when makers get poetic. I think it's very cute and delightful. I think I like it so much because the lilac base isn't like super purpley. It's not, it doesn't like dominate. And you get enough of the teal color that it's interesting for me. So there it is in one coat over the black. And there it is, first coat on the clear. I'm going to build it up in 3 coats, both on my nails and on the clear. I'll probably just leave it at a single coat over the black unless people want to see it in more. It's up to you. Usually if I'm going to swatch it over black, I'm just kind of seeing whether it's topperable, but they're so sparkly. Yes, I love the sparkle. All right, and the next one is Shadow Prism, which might actually be my favorite from this collection. And I know that's going to surprise some people because Light Break exists. And while Light Break is gorgeous and I do love a green, Shadow Prism surprised me. I really liked it. So this one's an icy silver reflective with a delicate wash of pink, orange, and green Aurora shimmer. I think I just really, like, over the past maybe year or so, maybe a little more than that, I've really gotten to like grayish polish when it has a bunch of other stuff going on. Like a gray base, I just think a lot of the time it really works for me. So there's our first coat. I gotta move that out of the way. There we go. I don't have enough screen real estate to have the browser visible to me, as well as being able to kind of see what's going on the screen and be able to see what y'all are seeing. So I have to keep remembering to move the browser out of the way. And there's one coat there. One coat on the black. So there's our one coat situation on the ring. Kind of giving spirit fingers. Yeah, it kind of is. I never bought spirit fingers actually, which is kind of funny. Because I liked it. I think there just wasn't anything else at the time that was really exciting me when that came out. And then by the time they had other stuff that I was interested in, I had already bought something similar to Spirit Fingers, so I just kind of didn't. So Light Break is a sky blue reflective glitter floating under layers of sheer aqua shimmer. It feels like sunbeams through water. Quiet, glowy, and a little bit magical. I think that's an accurate description. I really like this one. Of course I really like this one. Of course I really like this one. Oh, Peggy likes a teal. How weird. It is really cute though. I like the blue reflective. It makes me happy. All right. And ooh, look at that over the black. Dang. It's going to hit more as it builds up, of course, but it already looks gorgeous from here. All right. So you can see each one is a little different over the black. And we'll get to our second coat, starting back with Halo Shift. So we're going back to this thumb for our second coat. And obviously, like, this is a pretty packed reflective formula, so it's gritty, all right? There's no getting around that. It's got the reflective grittiness. That's just how it is. This is why God gave us glitter grabber and similar things. You're going to want it, definitely, because it's going to feel like sandpaper. But we cope because we love the glitter. We love the sparkle. And I do think that one coat of glitter grabber and then like a nice thick top coat is sufficient, at least for me. It's not thirstier than other sort of super packed reflective glitters. You know, it's sort of typical in that regard for the type of formula that it is. So manage your expectations in that. But you can see that already in two coats, we're getting some pretty decent coverage here. It is, and they're a little bit variable. Like I found Shadow Prism and Light Break were a little bit less opaque than the others, but you know, it's not like a huge amount. And I don't know how much of that is partly because, like, I feel like sometimes the ones that are closer to my skin tone vibe more opaque, even if they're not necessarily, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up, but it's the way it feels like it in my head. It feels true. Okay, second coat here. Oh, I need to actually brush it on here as well. And then I will show you the side-by-side with the thumbs. This is really, like I said at the start, the difference between these two polishes, the Scattering Theory, which is this one, and Halo Shift, which is the other one, it's really hard to capture. Come on, focus up. Would you like to focus? Hello? Hello? Do you want to just stay down there? What about now? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so a still photo just, it seems impossible to quite capture the difference between these. It's just really hard to do. But they're definitely different. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to show it. Okay, so that's Scattering Theory, and then the next one here is Optic Bloom. We'll do our second coat of this. on the nail, and this is the nail that has the press on it, so the tip of it is more a little bit more translucent than my natural nail would be, but still pretty decent coverage in just 2 coats. And in third, it's almost opaque. Almost all of them are almost opaque in the third coat, on my nails at least. They might not be on the swatch stick. Not sure. Lens needed some gentle parenting, yes. Okay, next up, Ghost Ray. This is the one that's on my middle nail. So this is the lilac base that I ended up liking way more than I expected to. So it's got that lovely greeny tealy shimmer that I am such a sucker for. And for me, at least, the lilac base is like, I mean, it's definitely not a nude for me, but it's almost neutral. I do have very cool undertones, though, so that might be... It might end up looking a little more neutral on me than it does on some other people. I don't know. Jammy Dodgers, do you need to steal focus for a moment? What's going on? Are you just doing a turnaround? You need to re-establish a more comfortable position? We're all just gonna wait for you, Jammy Dodgers. We'll wait for you to get cozy. Oh, are you gonna snuggle up to Gubby? Oh my god, I love this cat so much. She's my baby. She's an old lady, but she is my baby. Stretch break, yeah. I'll take advantage of this opportunity to have a drink of water. I was stuck in the freaking office for 3 hours it was supposed to be a 2-hour thing, and I spent an entire hour just sitting there waiting in a freaking gown with my boobs hanging out, just waiting for the radiologist. I guess they got busy. And yeah, and I hadn't brought water with me because why would I? So I'm dying. Oh, did she give the camera a look? What a good girl. Okay. We'll leave her to groom her little toes there. Get back to this. We're on second coat of Shadow Prism. And then after we go through these, I'm going to show y'all the next collection that Monarch is coming out with in May. Which is very exciting. I did not do my nail yet. I went straight to the swatch stick and didn't do the nail. Hey, can you focus on my hand? Thank you. This one's so pretty. I mean, they're all so pretty. They're all just so sporkly. They're so sporkle. And I'm going to top coat these as well because, of course, they're maximally glittery when they are top coated. She's side-eyeing. What a cat. What a cat, what a lady, what a gal. All right. So we got second coat. I assume y'all want to see the third coat. Yes? Do we want to see third coat? There's 2 coats on the swatch stick, 2 coats on my nails. I'm seeing a duh. Duh, of course we want to see the third coat. Okay. Back to Halo Shift for the third coat. And I really think like some of these, I think if you don't have a free edge, you're probably going to be able to just get away with 2. Or if you just don't care about seeing visible nail line, if you like a shearer look. And actually, like, I honestly think, especially Halo Shift, I actually really like it in just one coat. I think it's really pretty in just one coat. Just as like a my nails but fairy coated kind of look. Okay. Third coat of Scattering Theory. And of course, because these are very reflective, like super packed with reflective, if you've had super packed reflective glitters before, you know they're going to be thirsty. They're going to want thinner often. That's just the nature of this kind of formula. In my experience, I've never met a super packed reflective formula that didn't love to have some thinner squirted in it every couple of times you do a mani with it. Just seems to be the nature of the beast. So there's 3 coats on the ring. And you can see even on the clear swatch ring, you've got pretty good opacity. There's definitely, you know, some light coming through for sure. It's not totally opaque. But, you know, I don't think anybody expects that from a shimmer formula like this. Okay, so there's the difference between them. My aunt is texting me because of my procedure today. She needs to check up on me. And this is how you know that even though my aunt follows me on social media, she doesn't actually pay attention to my stories. The teal and the gray are your favorites, Couch Potato? Orange. Orange, Sonia. Orange. Or is that orang? Alright, this one's Optic Bloom. Third coat, and again, this is the nail that has the press-on holding its shit together. For now. It's almost at the point where I can remove that. I think basically once the glue starts to degrade, or the press-on itself starts to degrade from too much acetone, it'll be time. I'm just not quite ready to lose the length yet. All right, and Ghost Ray. This is the lilac base. With the teal green. And this is one of the ones that's a little bit more sheer, I think. Or it reads a little more sheer, at least. Although on this nail, it might not, because this nail is slightly more opaque because of the patch to begin with. Curse my stupid nails getting broken. All right, Shadow Prism. This is the gray base one, which I freaking love. So this one you can see still slightly sheer in that third coat. But freaking gorgeous. In my opinion, the best of this collection. or at least my favorite. I'm a sucker for a gray base, though. It turns out. Who knew? I think actually Angie did that to me. I think Angie from Dom Nail Polish, I think she basically destroyed me by turning me on to the gray base shimmer polishes. They're just too good. Okay. Last one here. And again, I think this one reads a little bit more sheer than some of the other ones as well. Come on. No, you don't want to do that. Okay, well, we'll just do this first, and then we'll let you think about whether or not you want to focus for me. Okay, so that one's light break. There's the third coat. And yeah, as I said, I think it reads just a tiny bit more sheer on me. Same as Ghost Ray. Okay, so that's 3 coats for each of these. And I think hopefully you can see the difference between these two more clearly when they're in motion like this. It's also just like, it really, when the lighting is different, oh boy, does it ever change things. And that one video that I had posted to the Discord that shows just the bottles moving around in shade and sort of just natural light and stuff, and weird extreme angles, it's quite a bit different. So I think that hopefully will give you a better idea of what those ones are like. So that is the Light Refractions collection, which is already available on Monarch, monarchlacquer.com. And don't forget that I do have an affiliate link. So if you're purchasing, you can find the link on my profile on Instagram. You can just use the code Vexed10 is my affiliate code for that. Gets you 10% off. So that's the Light Refractions collection. Now, I also want to show you another collection that is coming out in May. So this one comes out on May 1st. So as far as I'm aware, there's been no information suggesting that the Light Refractions collection is limited. There's no reason for me to believe that it is a limited collection. Monarch doesn't typically do super limited stuff. They tend to keep things in stock. And none of the information that I got suggests that Light Refractions is limited. So if the next collection appeals to you, you might want to just hold off until May 1st and buy together, because these guys are all neons. They're all shimmer neons. And I'm so stoked about them. It's neon season. I'm so excited about neon season. I am going to top coat these. I'm just, FYI, I just want to dry them down a little bit more before I top coat them. I prefer with reflectives to let them get pretty gritty before I add the glitter grabber coat, and then let that dry down most of the way before I top coat. It does take a little longer, but I find I get better results if I do it that way. Just FYI, if you're wondering why I'm not top coating yet. Okay, so Sun-Kissed and Slightly Unhinged is the name of the neon collection that is dropping on May 1st. And we have Kinda Fried, Kinda Fabulous. I'm not going to be painting these ones on my nails, but I will put them on the swatch stick. I have not tried these yet. I have done nothing with these yet. Thank you, Couch Potato. Couch Potato has just typed in the discount code in the chat. It is Vexed10 for 10% off. So all of these shimmer, or all these neons have the same gold shimmer in them, which is really lovely. So Kinda Fried, Kinda Fabulous. This is almost exactly the color that I turn if I spend 5 minutes in the sun at, a little too close to the equator in the middle of summer. And then we have Toast Me Gently, which is the neon orange, which is not a thing that can happen to me because, again, 5 minutes is more than enough to turn me beet red. Next one is SPF 1000, which is what I require to spend 5 minutes in the sun. It's like this whole collection was themed around what it's like to be a pasty bitch in summer. Menma, you too, huh? Mood Sunglasses. So this one's more of I guess it's a purple. It's borderline. For me, this is like borderline magenta. It's like right on the edge of magenta and purple. And then the blue here is Vitamin D-licious. It's just so silly. You know, sometimes they get me. Yeah. And apparently, so Adrienne was telling me that she is getting one coat coverage with these. So I'm very excited to try these out. This, of course, look at that. It's eye-searing. It is eye-searing on the screen. Glare Tactics, this is called. Love it. Love a slime neon. Okay. So let's try these out and see if we are getting one coat coverage on the swatch wheel, which would be really quite a feat given that it is transparent. But even if I get full coverage in 2 coats on the clear swatch wheel, I'll be very impressed. Neons can be brutal. So this is, as I said, I have not tried these at all yet. All right, so yeah, on the swatch wheel, it's going to take 2 coats. But yeah, I can tell that's definitely going to be, that's probably going to be a 1 coat opacity on my nails, I'm guessing. Let me actually try that. So I do have 4 nails. I can't do all of them. Wait, if I'm only going to do 4, I'm not going to do this one. I'm going to do orange, pink, blue, and green. So I'm going to do that on my nails. We'll see how the opacity is in 1 coat on my nails. So yeah, so that one is Kind of Fried, Kind of Fabulous, 1 coat. And then Toast Me Gently. Yeah, these have really nice opacity. And neons can be kind of a challenging formula. Like they can get kind of chalky. So I get a little picky about neon formulas because the chalkiness can be really unpleasant. But this seems to be pretty darn good. It's not drying so fast that it's hard to use. Let me just do a little cleanup there because this poor little fingernail broke actually below the quick recently. I was thinking to myself, boy, I should really cut the nails on my right hand. They've gotten a little bit long for how blasé I tend to be about them. And I didn't. And then like a day later, I broke that one down past the quick. So I've been slowly letting it grow past that attachment point again. Trying to baby it a little bit. Okay, SPF 1000. There we go. That is pretty damn good coverage. It is going to take 2 on the swatch ring. I think I would do 2 on my nails. At least the way I apply. I don't do like super thin coats, but I don't do super thick coats either. Kind of in between. I think I want 2 coats for this. But it's pretty close. All right, next one, Mood sunglasses. These colors are just like taking me back. I swear, like every summer, I feel like we collectively go through a Lisa Frank phase all over again. Okay. I am really bad at painting my nails with my non-dominant hand. I mean, surprising no one, I guess, but let me actually spill a little out here. Like, I barely had to clean up on my other hand at all, and this hand I'm like, bleh. What do you mean you're supposed to paint inside the lines? Who does that? It's because I'm a professional. So professional. Okay. And the blue one, Vitamin Delicious. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I didn't mean to do that purple one on my hand. I meant to do the green one on my hand. And instead, I did the purple one on my hand. Because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Now I don't get to have the purple on my hand. Or the green on my hand, rather. Oh well. It's okay. I'll survive. I'll be fine. I was just picking my favorite colors and then accidentally went on autopilot. Okay, I totally just freaking gouged this thumbnail too. Okay, and then the green is Glare Tactics. And I'm very excited about Glare Tactics because I love me a slimy, slimy green. I actually know exactly what I want to compare this one to. I want to see how this compares to that one Atomic. You all know the one I mean, I'm sure. That is so bright. That is freaking eye-searing. Let me go just grab... All right, y'all. It's not exactly the same. But if you missed out on Atomic Sour Apple Rings from Polish Pickup, that's pretty freaking close. It's not exactly. I think the Atomic base is a little bit greener. A little more saturated green as opposed to a yellowy green. And I think the Atomic Shimmer leans very slightly more to the orange. It might have a tiny bit more shimmer in it as well, possibly. But not a bad dupe if you, that's pretty close. So if you missed out on that one, that might be a good option. These ones are also a little bit cheaper than the other collection. These guys are going to be $11 each. The set of 6 is $60. So you get a discount if you get the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat of these. So we can enjoy the creamy, creamy full coverage. But yeah, that applies really nicely. Neons don't always apply really nicely. Sometimes they're a pain in the ass. So I don't take that for granted with a neon. It can be a more challenging formula for sure. So these are good. I am pleased. It's delicious. It actually seems to be showing up a little bit more. The orange is showing up slightly more yellowy, I think, on the screen. It's just a little bit more tangerine-y in person, I'm gonna say. So that's just on my monitor, though, so who the hell knows what y'all are seeing. It's just the problem. The problem with modern technology. We just need to be able to share brain to brain. Couch Potato, you didn't dent your freshly painted nails. I'm so glad to hear you didn't dent your freshly painted nails. I would never, ever think that anybody around here would be so unprofessional as to dent their freshly painted nails. We don't do that in this space. We're not into that kind of behavior. You know, if you don't dent your freshly painted nails, have you really done a mani? All right, it is so freaking hard to paint with my non-dominant hand. There we go. Glad everyone is agreeing with me that we would never. That was SPF 1000. This one is Mood Sunglasses. I keep forgetting to say the names of them. And I will reiterate that I did receive these in PR. I did not get paid to swatch them or to do anything with them, but I did get these babies for free to try out and play with and do as I please with. So, you know, inherent bias, etc., whatever. And yeah, if you use my affiliate stuff, then I get money from you buying things. That's how this shit works. But, you know, you're not obligated to do that. We can still be friends if you never use my affiliate code. It's all good. What is this one called? I forgot to look at the bottom of the bottle. And I've forgotten the name. Ugh. How can I forget vitamin D-licious? It's delicious, y'all. Couch Potato is my official bot for in the chat, apparently. Kat is my Google who, you know, gives me all the information that I've forgotten. And Couch Potato is my affiliate code bot. Dutifully dropping the affiliate code in the chat for me. Thank you. Because apparently I'm too stupid to remember to actually tell you what the affiliate code is when I mention the affiliate code. You know, okay, I forgot to paint my pinky. Pinky. All right. So that's 2 coats on the nails. Obviously, it is only 4 of the 6-piece collection, but yeah. I do think, for me, at least in my hands, this is a 2-coater to get nice even coverage. Depending on your application, it might be a 1-coater for you. Adrienne indicated that in her hands it was a 1-coater, but we all different. We all different, and that's okay. I don't know where that accent came from. Not Canada, I'll tell you that much. You are Stardew planning gifts. All right, so that is Sun-Kissed and Slightly Unhinged, which I freaking love that name. I think it is such a good name for a collection. As soon as she said it, I was like, oh, that's me. Yeah, I forgot to say that the green one is called Glare Tactics. So, that's all of it. May, you've arrived just in time for me to top coat. Well, I'm going to, am I going to do glitter grabber or should I just, you know what? I've got swatching to do tomorrow. I think I'm not going to be wearing these long enough to be bothered by the texture. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, so this is more of like a, they call it like a gel-like top coat. It's one of the sort of more thick ones. And I find that's the sort of thing that I like to use with a reflective anyway, because it just does a slightly better job than the slightly thinner quick dry ones. It does take a little bit longer to dry, the gel-like ones, in my experience, but it's not like a huge amount longer. And yeah, they seem to just kind of plump a little bit more than the quick dry ones do. So like I said, normally I would do a glitter grabber with this, with the reflectives. It is definitely one of the more textured type of formulas. It's very much a reflective glitter bomb. So you're gonna have that sandpapery feeling if you don't do either a glitter grabber or multiple top coats. But yeah, I'm going to be taking this off tomorrow to do some more swatching anyway, so I won't be wearing it long enough for it to annoy me. Poor May. Did you just get off work? I think you must have. Work went a bit over and you might have to head over to your friends. Oh boy. Long day. Okay. So, I might as well go ahead and top coat these guys while I'm at it. I also really like to use this top coat for when I'm swatching because it gives it a sort of a more lush look in the close-up photos than the quick dry ones that or the faster drying thinner ones. Pro tip, if you're swatching, the gel-like ones give you a nicer plump look, in my opinion. It's the long day, aka Thursdays from hell. I'm sorry. Okay, so the first collection that we swatched, this is the one that is already out. That is what's on this hand and this thumb. So we have Halo Shift. This is the one that's a little bit more pinky in the base, but has that gold shimmer that tends to, it's not really gold, but it's a shifting, it's chameleon style, so it's got like, it shifts through green and gold and orange and stuff. But yeah, this one, the base itself is a little bit pinker, but the shimmer tends a little bit more yellowy in most of the shift range. And then the second one here is Scattering Theory, which you can see here. The base tends slightly more peachy, but then it's got a more green dominant shimmer to it. So I have that one on this thumb. So this is Halo Shift and this is Scattering Theory. So you can see they are similar, but definitely not the same. And then Optic Bloom is that third one. That's the purple. And then after that, we have the lilac base one. That's Ghost Ray. And again, that's... So Ghost Ray is on my middle finger. Optic Bloom, the purple one, on the index. Camera doesn't really want to properly focus, but we'll take what we can get, I guess. And then Shadow Prism is this gray base one, which, again, I think that's my favorite of the collection right there. I really, really love this one. And then we had Light Break, which is the greeny tealy one on my pinky here. So this one has like blue, sky blue reflective, I think, as well as green. Either the blue is either from the shimmer or from the reflective. I think it might be the green reflective and blue shimmer. Yeah, I think that's right, judging from what I'm seeing here. But yeah, it's like a combination of sky blue and green. So that's 3 coats of each of those. 1 coat over black, so you can see the topper potential. And these guys are $13 each, or $72 for the collection. Already available. And these guys are the ones that come out on May 1st, which I have not properly tried on my nails yet. I did do a quick little thing here. So we've got Kinda Fried, Kinda Fabulous. These all have the same gold shimmer. Toast Me Gently. And again, we only did 2 coats with these for really good coverage. SPF 1000. Mood Sunglasses. Vitamin Delicious. And Glare Tactics, which, as I mentioned, pretty close dupe for Atomic's Sour Apple Rings from PPU last July. And actually, I think it was a rewind at that point. It might have been from the year before. I can't recall when it originally came out. But yeah, pretty close to that. So if you're looking for a dupe for that, pretty darn close. These ones are $11 each, $60 for the set. Maybe you need to resist the urge to buy more polishes because you still need to book flights for PBE and Pokemon Worlds. What top coat was that? The top coat I'm using for this is the Monarch HD Shine Gel top coat. It is not obviously proper gel. It's not a gel polish. But yeah, this one, I did get this one in PR. But yeah, I've actually purchased this one before as well. I really like it for swatching, and for reflectives. They also have a quick dry one that's called Quick Flutter, which I do like it. I don't use it as much because it is a little bit thinner. It dries faster, but it's a little bit thinner. So I'm more likely to use that if I'm like doing a mani for myself and I'm not necessarily like, I just want to get out the door. And it's not necessarily like getting glamour photos and stuff. Because I find the thinner formulas, and this is not just a Monarch thing. In general, I find that the thinner top coat formulas don't photograph quite as nicely. So, Couch Potato, I have 102 subscribers now. Thank you for noticing that, and thank you for the congrats. That's exciting. Still a long way off from, you know, my 1 million subscriber mark that I'm planning on hitting by the end of the year. Or, you know, maybe never. We'll see. It's one or the other, right? let's check in with Jammy Dodgers. She seems to be doing a very good job of face planting. So that's exciting. I'm going to blow my nose real quick while you admire her. Oh, sorry, Jance. Apparently I woke her up with my nose blowing. So were there any comparisons that anybody wanted? I think Ray had mentioned something about one of the DOMs from PBE last year. Let me see if I can find the one that she was asking about. And let me know if there's anything that you want to see comparison swatches of with either of these two collections while I go do that. Jammy Dodgers? Do you have snorfles? Oh no. Not quite. It's not that. I'm not even sure if I actually have any of the ones that she was asking about. Oh, there's one. Yeah, okay. So I have Totally Possum. I just totally gouged my freaking thumbnail, so that's nice. Alright. I think I only have one of the ones that Ray was asking about. Was that a hairball? No. That was not a hairball. She's just snorkeling. So I think this might be the one that, hang on. I think this might be one of the ones that Ray was asking about. It's the only PBE exclusive that I have in this style. So I think it might be what she was asking about. So I'm just going to swatch it. This is called Totally Possum. I'm just going to go ahead and swatch it over here on a separate. It's definitely different. It might be similar to Ghost Ray, but it's definitely a bluer base. Let me see if I can get a little more opacity here. I'll just do a swipe on the inside as well as a swipe on the outside, and that should help us a bit. So it's similar to, sorry, not Ghost Ray, Shadow Prism. This one here, it's definitely not the same. It's a bluer base, but a very similar vibe. So if you really liked Totally Possum, there was a PBE exclusive last year from Dom, that would probably scratch the itch, I think. Definitely not the same, but similar. I think the Monarch has, it might have more than one color of, can't tell if it has more than one color of reflective glitter in it. It kind of seems like it might. Just totally gouged that. Gonna quickly throw a third coat on there. Yeah, definitely bluer, but similar. So I think that's the closest I have to anything in there. There's because all the other ones I have are like much more like saturated bases. There was one that I was thinking about from Monarch actually that I wondered if it might be close. I'm not Thunder Echo, but I think it's a more opaque Crelly base, so I don't think it's going to be quite in the same. It's also a reflective with a shimmer. Yeah, it's definitely more of a Crelly base, because that's just one coat, and it's not quite the same color as any of them either. So yeah, I think they look a little more similar in the camera. Here, let me do a quick. So swiping them onto white kind of helps see the actual hue a little more easily, I think. So that's Shadow Prism. And this is Totally Possum. So it's a little bit more saturated. It's a little sort of more denim-y blue kind of color on the right here. That's the Dom one. But otherwise, yeah, they are very, very similar for sure. So I think if you were missing out on that one, you could scratch the itch pretty easily. I'm going to, oh my god, I just stuck my thumb in there. I will also swatch the Atomic Sour Apple Rings just here on the white. We'll see just how similar it is. I do think it's greener than what is this one? Glare something. Glare Tactics. So Glare Tactics is a little bit more like a yellow highlighter, and Sour Apple Rings is a little bit more like a green highlighter. And oh boy, is the camera ever having trouble with that. Those are super intense. I wonder if I can... Oh yeah, just totally blow it out with the UV torch. Pretty close though. I don't think I saw any other. You're blinded now, yeah. I might end up doing some comparisons between this Monarch set and the there's a BCB lacquers collection coming out that I also have as well. Are they handy? They're not. They're up on the shelf. I don't think the BCB lacquers one has been officially announced yet though. So I don't know if I should. Well, what the hell? It's just y'all, right? We can take a peek. All right, hang on. Okay. So the BCB purple is way more purple. The shimmer is different here. I think the base tone is pretty similar. Might be slightly redder in the BCB. But totally different vibe because of that shimmer being different. I think this green is kind of in between because that's a very different green. The Monarch is like kind of in between the two. Actually, the Monarch might be similar to Lemon Grab. Unacceptable. I'm like, my brain is not coming up with it. But yeah, I think the Monarch might be similar to the BCB Unacceptable from HHC. There's an orange, very, very different. Very different. And the BCB shimmers are all different ones, but mostly like purples and blues and pinky things. This one, that one's much more teal rather than blue. So no exact dupes in the upcoming BCB set. Let me just check on Unacceptable here. Swatch that beside these guys. That's definitely more similar, but the shimmer is different. So Unacceptable has a purple shimmer, whereas the Monarch Glare Tactics has a gold shimmer. Similar base color, though. Very, very close in the base color. It's totally blinding. Not quite identical, but very, very close. Everybody's too blinded to see anything. Nobody saw anything. That's good. Lello. Yeah, they really nailed the highlighter yellow. Jammy Dodgers is making tiny little grunting noises. Good night, Menma. Go to sleep. It's like freaking 6 a.m. for you. Get out of here. Go away. Yeah, you know, Sanyo, I don't think I have ever intentionally said nailed as like a pun because of nail stuff, but it just it comes out of my mouth so often. Sassy, you were woken up from a nap. You missed everything. We had so much fun. All right. Couch Potato, you hope Monarch will sell their rainbow magnetic collection separately one day? That would be nice. I understand why they don't, but yeah, it would be nice. It's a cute collection. I really like their magnetics. I think she does a good job with magnetics. All right, so gonna just line these suckers up. Because I can. I like it when things are lined up. And I think we're all done. Yeah, no, I think nap is correct. I think if you're tired, you should take a nap instead of watching a live stream. I think it's the right thing to do. I'm sorry that you have back pain. Sorry, Jammy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you have back pain. I know what it's like. It sucks. So that's it. We're done. We've got lots of glittery fingers. Super glittery. So sparkle. So sparkle. Camera doesn't want to focus on them because they're too sparkle. And since nobody else wanted any other comparisons, I guess we're done. Look at that. Only an hour and 20 minutes. That might be the shortest live stream I've ever done. Maybe not the shortest, but shortest in a while. It's a lot shorter than when I do nail art, I'll tell you that much. Right, so remember that next week we're doing the live stream on Wednesday instead of Thursday because I have my surgery on the Thursday and I am not going to be up to doing this. Neurosparkly. Oh, I like that. Yeah. I am also neurosparkly. I approve. Yeah, so if you are planning on getting these, again, these guys don't come out, the neons don't come out until May 1st. The reflectives are already in the store, monarchlacquer.com. But yeah, if you want to pick up some of the neons, you may want to hold off so you're not paying shipping twice. Either way, you can use my discount code, which is Vexed10 for 10% off. And that's it. That's all there is. I'm not going to break into song though. Most of you probably don't even know what song I would have broken into. But I assure you that there's a very good song that I would have broken into as a result of having said that's all there is. Surgery gonna be a blast? Yeah. Good luck with your boobs. Yeah, thank you. I'm very excited to be lopsided. Should be good. I'm gonna stick a sock in one of my bra pockets. What do you call that? What is one? Oh, I guess they're called cups. Y'all, I am tired. I am tired. Yeah. Stick a sock in one of my cups. And then bra pockets. Jesus. Oh, yeah. This is what you come to me for. The professionalism. I'm glad everyone else is as amused by bra pockets as I am. Look, man, I'm doing my best here. All right, that's it. Be gone. Be gone. One last look at the cat. Say goodnight to Jammy Dodgers. And I will give you all a heads up about when the next live stream is. It's going to be, as I say, it's going to be Wednesday night. It's going to be the next Arcana Lacquer collection, which comes out on the Friday. So the collection comes out on the 25th, and we'll be live streaming it on the 23rd. And then I think the one after that is going to be back to doing some nail art, hopefully, because I like to do some nail art. But I might do some nail art with a collection, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me and hanging out. Mei, what if bras had pockets? I want that. Some do. Usually running bras, though. But I want my regular bras to have pockets. I think that would be great. Okay. Good night. Bye. I have